Welcome everybody, and thank you for being here today. This is your weekly love message on your twin flame journeys for the week commencing Monday the 28th of February through to Sunday the 6th of March 2022. On the left hand side will be your crowning message card and the main cards for your reading, and on the right hand side will be your crowning wisdom message cards. So let's just jump straight in and have a look and see what your overarching crowning messages are for those of you that I'm picking up. So for those of you that I'm picking up on your twin flame journeys this week, the divine masculine in the connection is definitely contemplating, thinking about the situation between their divine feminine. Okay, now bear in mind, those of you that I'm picking up for, we all have divine masculine and divine feminine in our energy. And so whether you associate yourself as the divine masculine or the divine feminine, somebody in this connection is definitely really thinking about their divine counterpart. What I'm also picking up is I almost feel that there may be other energies that are interfering. So there could be other people that are either talking to the divine masculine or the divine feminine about this connection. And I feel that you're being guided to let go of whoever is talking to you, or whoever is talking to your divine counterpart. Because I feel that there's some sort of compromise that needs to be addressed. And that's why I feel that the divine masculine is really thinking about this, possibly compromising, almost compromising the situation with the divine feminine, really thinking about possibly what other people are saying. And I feel that they're really thinking about that. And I feel that they're trying to almost compromise with themselves. It's almost like what I'm picking up is that the two of you may be thinking about each other quite a lot. You're definitely both in each other's hearts and minds at the moment. And I feel that whatever is the divine masculine is contemplating, I feel that they're being guided to think more about what's in their heart, and that is what they may have to compromise about, compromising what's in the mind, which I feel that other people may be talking to them, and what's actually in their heart. Let's just put this one here. Let's continue. My angels and spirit guides of the divine, please can you tell me? Thank you. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. The reason why the divine masculine is contemplating the connection with the divine feminine is because the divine feminine has put the connection on hold. And I feel that the divine masculine is regretting listening to other people. And so I feel this week that they're going to be almost pulling themselves away from gossip, other people getting involved in this connection, and almost compromising what is in their heart and what is in their mind, because they are regretting other people meddling in this connection, because the divine feminine has put a pause on the connection. And I feel that if those of you that I am picking up, if you're the divine masculine, I feel that you're being guided to let go of the past, let go of perhaps the mistakes that you feel that you've made by listening to other people, so that you can make room for the divine feminine to come forward. Let's have a look and see what because it almost feels as if whoever was talking to the divine masculine that was meddling. It could be anybody, friends, family, anybody. But it could also be a battle within them, what their mind is telling them and what their heart is telling them. Whatever it is, it was corrupt. It wasn't what was in their heart, basically. I do feel that the divine masculine and the divine, I'm sorry, it feels as if the divine feminine, I feel saw the divine masculine as long-term commitment, marriage. So the two of you definitely know each other. Those of you that I'm picking up, you do know who your divine counterpart is. But you know what? There is going to be some sort of victory, because whatever was in the darkness is coming to the light, which is why I feel that the divine masculine is really thinking about this, thinking about what people may have said to corrupt their thinking about the connection. They may be a little bit impatient, a bit disappointed that they listen to other people. And I almost feel that what the divine masculine is doing now is compromising with their mind over heart over mind. Wow. And then we've got 555. Yeah. I feel that divine intervention is coming in here. It says your angels are with you during this time of change and transition. So there is a change in transition, I feel, where the divine masculine is having a bit of a realization that they allowed other people to meddle or interfere with the connection. And it triggered the divine feminine to pause. The divine feminine may have pulled back their energy. Okay. And so as things come in, so it feels as if there's a separation now that's gone on. The divine feminine isn't forthcoming, isn't taking action towards the divine masculine. The divine feminine may be a little bit isolated, feeling very separate from the divine masculine. But both the divine feminine and the divine both energies, divine masculine and divine feminine, I'm picking up really strongly. The two of you can't stop thinking about each other, because it's almost as if you're both imprinted on each other's heart. And so whatever has triggered a separation, whatever has triggered the divine feminine to pause, it's because your individual spirit teams are trying to make room for a new beginning, trying to make room for a transformation of thinking that was at one point very, very corrupt, particularly for the divine masculine. Let's continue. The clear or grey heart that's coming out there is to do with the crown chakra opening up. And I feel that for those of you that I am connecting with, it feels as if, it almost feels as if you're the divine feminine energy, your crown chakra is opening to get ready to go towards re-engage with the divine masculine. If you're the divine masculine energy, it's almost as if your crown chakra is opening up to show that your thinking was corrupt due to other people interfering in the connection. But there is a transition, there is a change, there is a transformation. And then we've got, wow, we've got 1221. Green heart representing the heart chakra. And it says, learn to provide your own happiness rather than relying on your twin flame to fulfill you. So it almost feels as if, as the two of you are thinking about each other in your heart, in your minds, it almost feels as if you're being guided to listen to what your heart is saying. Find your own happiness, whether or not you are the divine masculine or the divine feminine. Find your own happiness within yourself, particularly if you're the divine feminine and you put a pause and you are in a bit of a low energy, like a little bit depressed or a bit bored of the situation. You could be on either spectrum. I feel that you're being guided to focus on you so that you can see what is being revealed. Whatever is in the dark is coming into the light, so that you can make that action towards the divine masculine. And there may be an element of forgiveness. It's almost like as if the divine masculine didn't really realize the corruption of other people that were getting involved in this connection. The divine masculine may need to focus on loving themselves, on not being reliant on the divine feminine to make them happy, but to pay attention to corruption around them. It almost feels as if people who they saw as their confidants may be secretly jealous of what they are achieving with the divine feminine. And look, we've got 999. The silver heart represents your psychic abilities are being awoken. So the two of you that are thinking about each other quite a lot, there may be a lot of vibrational energy, like frequencies that's going on between the two of you. And it says mastery of self-love can be obtained, has been obtained in preparation for union. It's almost as if as your crown chakras open, listening to your heart space rather than your mind, it's almost as if you are focusing, as you focus on yourselves for both the divine feminine and the divine masculine, you begin to tap into your heart space, listening to your heart. What is it you really want? What is it both the divine masculine and the divine feminine wants? And that is preparing for the divine feminine to start coming off pause and moving towards the divine masculine, but also for the divine masculine to really think about their next move, because whatever that step is going to be, as they contemplate the divine feminine energy in this connection, both of you are being prepared for a reunion, a union, a transformation. So let go, whether or not you are the divine feminine or the divine masculine, let go of the past. Let go what doesn't serve you, so that you can make room for the transformation. You can make room for the change. You can make room for the union. And then your bonus card that's come out, 0550. Your angels say to wait and bide time for better results. And I feel that that waiting time is in order for both the divine masculine and the divine feminine to operate from their heart space rather than their head space, which feels as if there's been a lot of corruption, whether or not it's other people, whether or not somebody in the connection basically got the wrong end of the stick. And I feel that there's victory. There is going to be victory. But it almost feels as if both parties need to really operate from their heart space, because it feels like the work is being done. You're just both going through that transition now of getting ready to come into union. Okay, so if this message is resonating for you already, please feel free to click that thumbs up button on the video, subscribe if you haven't done so already. It really does help to push this video out To those seeking a general collective twin flame message, it also enables you to get those notifications of when I'm uploading new messages. And of course, it does help to support the channel. So I thank you in advance for your support and encouragement. Existing subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thank you for all of your support, encouragement and donations. It's really, really appreciated. And I really do hope that you all get something really useful and meaningful out of this week's reading. Let's get into your main love message. My angels and spirit guides of the divine, please can you tell me, how does the twin flames of the collective feel towards them in love? For week commencing Monday the 28th of February through to Sunday the 6th of March 2022. What is their current energy spiritually, emotionally, mentally and physically towards the collective that I'm allowed to see for their highest good and for the greater good of all? As above, so below, and all around me. Thank you. All right. Okay, my angels and spirit guides of the divine, please can you tell me, how does the twin flames of the collective feel towards them in love on their twin flame journeys? Thank you. Wow. So lessons. So I feel that those of you that I'm connecting with, it does feel as if it is the divine masculine that's coming out on the left-hand side. It feels as if they are being awoken to certain lessons. So if the divine masculine paid attention to people that they thought were their confidants, they've gained a massive aha moment that not everybody that holds their confidence are people that they can trust, because they've meddled into this connection because they don't understand. They don't understand the depth of a twin flame connection. And so I feel as the divine masculine awakens to the lessons, contemplating, thinking about it, having regrets, because it created corruption in the connection, an imbalance. So it feels as if the divine masculine has learnt the lessons that's been illuminated, and I feel that moment is going to hit them this week. And I feel that these lessons have been going on, okay, in the winter months. So it feels as if the run-up, the build-up to the lessons that have happened started in the winter months, which is December 2021 into January and February 2022. They've got it. They've got it. And so it feels as if the divine feminine may have pulled back their energy from about December 2021. And so I feel that they're getting ready. They're getting ready to move forward towards the divine masculine. I feel that the divine feminine energy coming in, I feel that the divine feminine energy may have done some work on themselves, connecting more with their inner child. There may have been a rejection from the divine masculine because other people were interfering and meddling in this connection. And I feel that it frustrated the divine feminine, that all they had to do, all they could do was to pause the connection in order to ground themselves, learning to fulfill their own happiness without almost kind of like the rubber stamp of the divine masculine being in their life. They had to go on that journey. They themselves, I feel the divine feminine has been illuminated, that they don't need the divine masculine to be happy. And so I feel as they move, as the divine feminine moves from that space in their inner child that's frustrated, that's kind of gone through the wars a little bit, they're going to start to bring in more merriment, more fun, more innocence, more purity into the connection. But I do feel that the divine masculine is thinking very, very hard about the divine feminine, and like why they put a pause. And I feel that's where they've got regret, because it's almost as if they're picking up that the divine feminine was a little bit pissed with them, a little bit upset. Hence why they have the regret. Let's see what else we've got. Yeah, see, the divine feminine is being guided to take a new path, to refocus their energy now. Refocus. Notice we've got two young female energies coming up. The inner child. It's almost as if the divine feminine is being guided to get ready to come off pause, take a new direction, refocus their energy. They've gone through the healing, I feel. The divine feminine at one point could have been quite naive about the connection. I feel that the divine feminine always knew that the divine counterpart was the divine masculine was their divine counterpart. And it may have really been a bit of a bit of a shock to the system that the divine masculine didn't reciprocate the feelings, but they did. It's just that they were operating from their headspace, their carnal selves. And I feel that the divine feminine is being guided to now refocus their attention on themselves. The lessons have been learned, and now to make room for change. Let go, whatever it is that happens with the divine masculine, let go of it now and take a new path, because that path is going to be abundant, happy. And that comes about by the divine feminine connecting with their inner child, finding that peace, finding that joy, finding that innocence within the connection. And final card, and there you go. And so the divine feminine is definitely thinking about the divine masculine. So it's almost as if you look at the cards, inner child with that clenched fist, upset, frustration, anger. As the divine masculine feels the vibration of the divine feminine, their head coming out of the parapet, their heads coming above the parapet now, feeling the vibration of the divine feminine. The divine feminine is being guided to refocus and go towards the divine masculine, because they're waking up now. They're waking up to a corrupt way of thinking about the connection. And that may have been due to listening to other people that just did not understand this connection. So I feel as you, whether or not you are the divine masculine or the divine feminine, biding your time to really connect with yourself in order to really hear what your heart is telling you, is where the two of you are now getting ready to come into union. Let's and also as well, the divine masculine may be sending out that vibration frequency, almost calling back in the divine feminine. And I feel that divine feminine is being guided to refocus, putting a pause on this connection, taking that new path to go towards the divine masculine. Yeah, look at that. The Fool card can't even make it up. So the divine masculine has definitely learned the lessons, and they're wanting to take that leap of faith with the divine feminine now. Hence why I feel that they are vibrating. They're vibrating that frequency of wanting to reconcile. And look at that. Cannot even make it up. The Ace of Cups. I love this card, because regardless of what we're going through carnally in the 3D, in our reality, This is two souls that love each other unconditionally. And so I feel that as the divine masculine learns the lessons that they needed to learn, and that possibly is not allowing other people to interfere when it comes to the divine feminine. So now I feel that they want this new beginning, taking that leap of faith based on the love that they feel for the divine feminine, and that they know that the divine feminine feels for them. Thank you. And yeah, I feel with the Seven of Swords, I feel that the divine masculine may have kept secret how much love that they had for the divine feminine. Yeah, and that secret could have been going on from since December 2021 into January and February. And by keeping that secret with the Judgment card, it feels as if they blocked reconciliation. They blocked the union. It created a delay. The truth wasn't spoken of how they felt towards the divine feminine. The Ace of Swords in reverse. So the Ace of Swords face up is about victory over the truth of the heart. But it's in reverse. So by them keeping secret the love that they had for the divine feminine, but also knowing in their heart space that the divine feminine loves them unconditionally, they didn't hear the call to action. Therefore, they didn't come out victorious with the divine feminine. Reverse, reverse. That's why the divine feminine energy, almost their inner child, is that frustration, whether or not it's conscious or subconsciously. The divine feminine energy was definitely frustrated that the divine masculine didn't see the connection for what it was. And there's the breakup, yeah. So with the Five of Coins, it's almost as if the divine feminine had no choice but to disconnect, put the connection on pause. If you are already in union or you are already in a relationship with your twin flame, there was a breakup here. When all the divine feminine wanted to do was to give to the connection. But the divine feminine, through feeling disconnected from the divine masculine, whilst they were on pause, I feel that they were working on themselves, refocus themselves to love themselves first. And so therefore I feel that the divine feminine definitely has mastered self-love. Yeah, look at that Hermit card. The divine feminine definitely went into isolation, wanting to make wise choices, almost really analysing this connection, because the Ten of Wands, it was too burdensome for them. But it almost feels as if it really was a blessing, because it allowed the divine feminine to really work on themselves, to find happiness within themselves without relying on their divine masculine, their divine counterpart. And so I feel that work is being done, but there may be some waiting still. I feel you're being guided to wait until your individual spirit teams guide you. This is for the divine feminine. Wait for your spirit teams to guide you when to take action towards the divine masculine, because I feel that that burden's going to be put down now. Because you've done the work. The divine feminine has done the work. And yeah, look. The divine masculine walked away from the connection. The divine masculine walked away. There's the disconnect. But I feel that they are regretful that they walked away from the connection. And it was very burdensome. I really do feel that the divine feminine may have felt very isolated, maybe gone a bit, went into a bit of a slight depression. But the lessons that the divine masculine brought to the divine feminine was to love themselves first. And I do feel with the Six of Cups that the divine feminine really missed the divine masculine's energy. And that is just echoing that for those that I'm reading for, the divine masculine and the divine feminine have lived many, many lives together. A lot of love, a lot of cups here. Hence why the inner child of the divine feminine was very frustrated, almost angry. And I feel as that energy settled and they refocused on themselves, really started to miss the divine masculine. But I feel that a reunion, a coming together is definitely on the horizon, because the divine masculine has got it. They've finally got it. They're seeing the essence of who the divine feminine is. And I feel as the divine feminine waits for guidance from their spirit team, they're going to be coming off pause to refocus now on coming into union with the divine masculine. You also could be dealing with a Virgo, or you could have Virgo in your chart. Wow. Let's have a look and see what your twin flame messages are to each other for those of you that I'm picking up. My angels and spirit guides of the divine, please can you tell me your twin flame messages for the collective in love on their twin flame journeys for week commencing Monday the 28th of February through to Sunday the 6th of March. Thank you. Yeah, look at that. The divine masculine, they got spooked. They got spooked over the love. That's why they didn't hear the call. They didn't hear the call for these two souls to come into reconciliation. They weren't being truthful to their heart. So therefore, there was no victory. It's easier to just stay away right now. So that's possibly why, for those of you that I'm picking up, divine feminines, that's why you're being guided to wait. You're being guided to wait, because I feel that the divine masculine has still a bit of work to do, because they've got a lot of regret. They've got a lot of regret. And so give them time, give them time. And wow, the divine feminine, I just wasn't ready for you. Now, I feel that the divine feminine energy coming in saying that I just wasn't ready for you is because the divine feminine needed to learn to love themselves without being dependent on the love of the divine masculine. Oh gosh, we've got a lot of cards come out. Then the second message is, I know you're right, but I need to come to my own conclusions. So I feel that this card here is the divine masculine speaking to the divine feminine psychically. Yeah, that's that 999. The silver represents psychic abilities being awoken with both of you. So it feels as if, it's almost as if the divine feminine is psychically picking up the vibration of the divine masculine, that they were right about the connection, but they needed to come to their own conclusions, which is why I feel this card here, your angels say, wait and bide your time for better results. Give the divine masculine a bit more time. Final look at that. We've got, I know I screwed things up and honestly have no idea how to fix it. I feel that it's really, really important to give the divine masculine time, divine feminines, to figure this out, because they are thinking about it. And look at that. And the message for the divine feminine to the divine masculine, I'm a better person because of you. I'm telling you, the divine feminine may have thought that they were ready, but by the divine masculine rejecting them, it allowed them to do some work on themselves. It allowed them to focus on self-love, not be reliant on the love of the divine masculine. And let's see what your advice is. Wow, that didn't waste no time. So we have, this is a favourable time for matters of the heart, a time of inspiration and healing. A relationship blossoms, your heartfelt aspirations now manifest lovingly into reality. Now, whether or not you are the divine masculine or the divine feminine in this reading or watching this, this is this transition that your spirit teams are guiding both of you, because you're getting ready to come into union. Yeah, it's a favorable time. It's time to let go of the past, the breakup, feeling disconnected, and focus on the healing of the heart, listening to the heart, so that the two of you can come into union. The second message is, it is only normal to miss someone who is dear to you, but remember, love knows no separation. You may be physically apart, yet spiritually you are always united. Those you love are forever present in your heart. And that is why, for those of you that I'm reading for, whether you are the divine masculine or the divine feminine, it's so important to stop, ground yourself, connect with nature, connect with Mother Earth, so that you can really hear what your heart is telling you. This card feels like this is advice for the divine feminine, because the divine feminine is very strongly missing the divine masculine. Just know that even though there may be a separation at the moment, you're not separated spiritually. But your crowning wisdom messages are letting us know that this union, this spiritual union of the hearts, of the soul, is coming into reality. And your final message says, a great love life requires intimacy, trust, and the ability to share your feelings. Express your doubts and fears, your likes and dislikes. Talk openly, listen, be present, always with an open heart and mind. Now, heart and mind seems to be a common theme for what I'm picking up, not only in your channeled message, but it was coming through in this message. I feel whether you are the divine feminine or the divine masculine, there is a conversation that's going to happen as the two of you come into union. And I feel that's where a lot of what is in the darkness is going to come out into the light, and where you're going to get the victory, where you're going to get the happiness, where you're going to get that healing, is when the two of you come together to speak openly and honestly from your heart, and have an open mind to hear what the other person has got to say. And I feel that is where you're going to get the transition, the change, the transformation of this new, almost like a new relationship. Because the relationship is going to blossom, yeah? With healing, with time, with being talking to each other openly and honestly from the heart space, but also being open, in the mind, to listen to what the other person has to say. All right, I'm going to leave that there for you. If it resonates, please feel free to click that thumbs up button on the video. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also, check out your moon, rising, and Venus signs, and your sun signs, which I'll be doing shortly. That will give you some more in-depth information, and probably some more messages to support this message. Okay, until next time, everybody, I'm sending you loads and loads of love, peace, and light. You take care. Bye-bye.